All right, so this, a lot of you guys had to go, what was it? You had to go someplace, I forget. Okay, but nonetheless, let's talk about this. Oh, that's right, we had a shortened class because we had the assembly. All right, so what I want to do is mean, mode, and median. And so I think you know how to do this all, but I want you to get to where you know how to do this on the graphing calculator. Now, if you need a graphing calculator, I'll be more than happy to loan you one. All right, so let's start off with the numbers. 3, 6, 5, 6, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so I want to find the mean, the mode, and the median. Now, these are what we call central tendencies. If you're in my AP Stat class, these, if I ask for the center, you can give me any of these answers, okay? Don't think of the center as the guy in the middle, all right? It's not always necessarily true. Or the average, all right? So what we're going to do here, I think you know what the mode is. The calculator doesn't give you what the mode is, but I think you can see that the mode is 5 because it's the number that happens the most. Ooh, wait a minute. I got 5 3 times, but look how many times I have 6. I have 6 2 times. So we say this is bimodal. All right, so I think you all can find the mean, but I want you to get used to this doing it on your calculator. So what I'm going to go is, if you're in a TI 8483, I'm going to go to my stat and to lists, okay, and I'm going to put this into L1. If you are in the Inspire, you see how on the very bottom there is that gray button that looks like an Excel spreadsheet. I want you to go there. Now you have to give it a name. So up where it says A, just call it num for numbers, okay? Just give it some, I wouldn't spend a lot of times giving it a fancy name, all right? So now go down here and we're going to put these numbers in here. So 3 enter, 6 enter, 5 enter, 6 enter, 4 enter, 5 enter, 5 enter, 6 enter, 7 enter. So I listed my 9 numbers. All right, and so now once you're down there in the Inspires, I want you to go press on again, and then you're back to the general screen. And you see on the very bottom, once you start at the bottom, you stay at the bottom. Go to the gray button that's divided up into quadrants, and it has the plus sign, the minus sign, the division sign, and the multiplication symbol. I call that the calculator page. Go press on there, all right? And then what I want you to do is I want you to press Menu, Statistics, and then we're going to do one stat, okay? Now, the deal is that we're going to do one variable, all right? Now, all those other things are number of lists. Just press Enter. Don't answer the number about frequency, all right? And so, come on, Schwartz, I'm trying to do it on my calculator. And all right, and so what you see is that we get X bar. X bar is a symbol for mean. You need to know that. And I get 5.22. I'm going to go out to 3 sig figs. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see MED, and that is equal to 5. All right, MED, that is 5. While we are in here, I want to talk about standard deviation. Now, standard deviation is about the spread, all right? So the smaller the standard deviation, there's less variability. The bigger the standard deviation, the more variability, all right? And so if you scroll up and down again where you have X bar at the top, do you notice how you have a number that looks like this symbol? It looks like an O with a tail and then X. That is sigma, and that is the Greek letter for standard deviation, and it's 1.133. Okay? Easy enough, right? Do you all see that? Now, all of the mean, mode, and median you could have done without a graphing calculator. The sigma, you'll need that, all right? And so that's why I want to make sure you guys have this. Okay, and so I want to find the mean, mode, and median and the standard deviation of this data, but let's look at this table. Is that this says that I have 47 twice, and I have 48 4 times, and 49 7 times. Okay, this is what we call a frequency chart. Now I could type 47 in twice and 48 4 times, but I'm going to use a frequency list. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my main screen. I am going to put, I'm going to go to the green Excel sheet, and I'm going to call this num because they're just numbers, and I'm going to call this freak. I just call it freak, F-R-E-Q, all right? So let's go to here, and so I'm going to type in 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, and 53. There's no 52. Now in the freak column, okay, I'm going to type in 2, 4, 7, 8, 3, and 1. And I would check your work because you need to make sure that opposite the 51 there is a 3. Okay, that whatever is in the left column, the right one matches. All right. So okay, so again, go back to your main screen. Go to the calculator button. All right. And again, we're going to go to statistics, one variable. I know it looks like we have two variables, but we don't. We have one variable. It's that 47 is listed twice. 48 is listed 4 times. All right? And so just for number a list, just press 1. Okay, so it says the name of the list, put in num, but you see where it says frequency list? Now call that freak, all right? Because that's what you called it. You called it freak. Now go and calculate it. And I get that for my mean is 49.4. My median is 49. And the calculator doesn't give you mode, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And my standard deviation is 1.33. 1.33, we got that a second time. Okay, now let's go look at my mode. I remember the mode is the one that happens to most, and I look here, and which is the highest number. Do you see that 8 happened the most? So my mode is 50. My mode is 50. All right, and so here is another type of frequency table, but this is more for continuous data. That last one was for discrete data. This is for continuous data. And do you see how I have 1 through 5 and 6 through 10? Well, what number do I put into my graphing calculator? Okay, so this one I'm going to call score, or you can call it num, and then this guy I'm going to call freak again, freak. All right, and so what we do is we have to find the midpoint for each of these guys. So the midpoint formula is finding the average. So I get 1 plus 5 divided by 2, which is 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So I'm going to enter 3 in here. Then I get 6 plus 10 divided by 2, which is 16 divided by 2, which is 8. And then here I get 11 plus 15 divided by 2, which is 26 divided by 2, gives me 13. Then I get 16 plus 20 over 2, which gives me 32 over 2. Right? Did I add that right? 32 over 2. I'm having 36. Having a brain fart. 18. And then 21 plus 25 divided by 2 gives me 46 divided by 2 gives me 23. Okay, so these are the numbers that I put in for score, and then these are the numbers that I put into freak. It's the same thing, but you get the midpoint, and so you find the middle number. Now, this is an estimate. This is an estimate, all right? So I'm going to come over here, and again, I'm going to go to your spreadsheet. All right, so I'm going to put in 3, 8, 13, 18, and 23. And then I'm going to put in 7, 12, 15, 10, and 11. Okay, so then I'm going to go to statistics. And then from my list, I called it score. And then from my frequency list, I called it freak. All right. Now, it looks like my mean is 13.5. My standard deviation is 6.51. My median is 13. And this time I don't really have a mode, I have an interval, mode interval. Okay, and so my mode interval is right here, so that's 11 through 15, all right? All right, so I hope this was easy for you, and I hope it helps you out. If not, just come in for tutoring tomorrow morning. Remember, we have a vocabulary quiz tomorrow.